a few. But you got the revolving sick door. What's up?
Yeah, man. My daughter, she just keeps getting sick, and then she comes back from school. I'm assuming it's school. She got sick last week. Didn't go to school for a couple days. Got better. Went back to school. My son got sick. Then my girl got sick, and then I get sick.
Man, the
And
preschool.
then and my girl, my daughter's sick again.
Damn. Yeah, preschool is rough. But do you think it's COVID or is it just
No. It's not
being
COVID.
just being sick?
Yeah. It's just cold and annoying ass colds, and then that we've had we have the bipolar weather out here.
Right.
It's like cool and humid and raining and sunny, and it's like I'm sure that doesn't help.
Yeah, those first 2 years of preschool, I was the sickest I've ever been when just kept bringing stuff back all the time.
That's what it is, bro. My cousin who's a teacher, she says you'll get teacher immunity. I don't know.
Makes sense.
I guess.
Yeah, you're around it so much.
When did you stop getting sick as often?
I think it was probably around when he went to kindergarten. The whole time during preschool, I just kept getting, and I was getting shit like ear infection, like all that kind of stuff that I would, I hadn't gotten in years since I was a kid.
But it stopped after around 2 years, you said?
Yeah. Yeah. Either he stopped getting as sick or my immune system got stronger.
Now I wonder if my son, when he starts, if it picks up again, or if he's getting the immunity now.
Yeah, it'll probably pick up again because he's got to figure it'll just be different stuff that he'll be exposed to.
Yeah, not cool, bro. Not cool at all.
I mean, the first day we went to preschool, I just remember we're sitting there and I look over and there's a kid and he's just got this huge, big green snot like hanging out of his nose and he's touching everything. And I'm like, oh, man, here we go.
Yeah, it's terrible. And then my daughter, it was funny because she was sick last week and got better, right? Went back to school. Then everybody else started getting sick over the weekend. Then she's got this whole thing now where she doesn't want to go to school. And Sunday night, when I'm putting her to bed, she's like, if I'm sick, I don't go to school tomorrow.
Oh man, okay.
And just not to because she's like on this thing where if you don't tell her what she wants to hear, she just starts whining and crying. So she was already about to go to sleep. So I'm like, yeah. We'll see if you're sick or not. I just didn't want to get her going. And then that morning, I told my girl, I was like, yo, she's already like preemptively is thinking she's gonna be, act sick or something. But she was genuinely sick. So I don't know if she thought herself into being sick.
Right.
But she's genuinely sick again.
Hey, not to be all gossipy and everything, but I'm curious. We never talked about what do you make of all the Kanye parenting drama for the past couple weeks, all the stuff that he's been talking about in terms of parenting issues?
I mean,
well, like specifically
the parenting issues or his relationship.
I would say more so on how it pertains to the parenting, because I just kept seeing a whole bunch of stuff about like him not being able to see his kids on birthday, and then trying to get to the birthday party, and then just being away from his kids, and then I think more specifically was him being upset about his kids being on TikTok via his wife, and that's not something he wanted to have happen. What do you make of all that?
I mean, it's just rough to like really weigh in on it, man, because it's like you really don't know what's going on, and then I feel a little bit unbiased. I think it would be the right term, right? In the sense that we had him on the show, we had a good experience with him.
Yeah.
And you kind of want to like be in his corner.
You have better insight as to how he operates just from being around him a bit, right?
Right. And then, and the stuff that he said made a lot of sense. But then if you like take a step back and then you look at all the social media stuff, you're just like, oh man, this is crazy. But again, what he's saying is that he's using the tool that he has to circumvent any media sources that filter and do and curate what they want about him.
Right.
So he's just gonna go out and blast in the outlets that he can have full control. And I get that. I understand that. It's just I think for any of us, it's hard to imagine ourselves in those shoes, in that type of celebrity, that type of spotlight. Uh, I don't know. I really don't know what to make of it, man. And I don't know. I just don't feel like I'm in a position to comment because it's just like, again, like I said, I wanna be in his corner because of the experience we had with him, and I don't know much. I don't think none of us are behind the scenes enough to know.
Yeah, fair enough. That makes sense. I think the thing that struck me was just because yeah, you're right. I mean, we have no idea what the ins and the outs are, but I think the one that led me thinking to it was more of just the bigger conversation of the social media part. Like, what do you do if you're a parent and you have conflicting views on putting your kids, one parent wants their kids on social media and puts them on there and the other doesn't.
Yeah, I think that goes with almost everything in parenting, where one parent is into something and the other one isn't, and you got to find common ground. Um, I'm not into putting my kids on social media, but then again, my social media is more public than my girls, and my girls like, well, I don't have a
Right.
you know, public social media stuff. So, even though it's not public, I don't really like the idea of it because there's still people in there that aren't necessarily family and close friends
Right.
that probably follow her. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. I think it's just tough, man. We live in a world where this is the world we live in. Like, I think for you, it's gonna be different because you're just really checked out of that stuff. You haven't really been in, and kudos to you for staying out of it. But I think I don't know. I can't speak for you, but I'm assuming that you agree with him about the whole TikTok thing.
Yeah, I think I do, but we do make exceptions. I mean, we've talked about like his skate stuff. Um, his coach likes to do videos of, and he's proud of it. So we kind of allow that, but it's not like he's got any kind of presence on there other than that, and we don't. So it's not like there's a whole lot to kind of comb through.
Right.
But yeah, that's that. I mean, I'm glad that my wife and I are on the same page with that stuff, but I could imagine that would be a sticky situation. What up, Manny? We were just talking about Kanye a little bit
Oh yeah.
and not really weighing in on the gossip side, but more so on, one of the things that he had talked about was just the conflict of him not wanting his kids on TikTok and his wife putting them on there, and just for parents in general, those conflicts of one wants to do one thing and the other doesn't as it pertains to the kids.
Yeah, that's no bueno. The way, and just to weigh in a little bit, just from my own perspective here, like there's a lot of times where, I wouldn't say a lot of times. There are times where I agree. My point of view is one way, my wife's is the other. But one of us, without necessarily speaking to each other, caves and just aligns organically.
Yeah.
Because we realize either of us at a certain point, we're like, it's better for us to have a unified front and be pissed about what direction we go in than to show a split and further confuse the situation and make it so that it's like, if the stability of your parents is off, the kids feel like either they can run wild or they're a little bit scared, like, shit, the thing we can count on isn't really able to be counted on right now.
Right.
So you sick, E, huh?
Yeah, we just talked about it.
All right, I can listen to it later.
Yeah, my daughter bringing it back into the crib.
The vid?
Huh?
Just the
Oh.
the regs.
Okay.
Oh no, COVID? No, bro. No.
You know that's the thing. Everybody's
everything
mind
can't be
goes to.
COVID now, bro.
I know, bro.
No, we did drink.
That was so
champions
last
here.
week, man.
Yeah, we did drink champs yesterday, and it was with Twista, and I swear that I sniffled or coughed or something. And I swear he looked at me like, "Oh hell no, I came to Florida to catch COVID." Like that's what I felt like he looked at me.
Yeah, you can't go anywhere without it. God forbid you sneeze somewhere.
Yeah,
it's wild. Yo, so we're preparing. Matter of fact, Kay, I might have to talk to you after the episode, see if you might be able to save me on some music shit. But we'll talk about it later. So my daughter's 15th birthday is Saturday.
Oh damn.
Yeah. So we're prepping.
So wait, did you cut that big check for this party, or did it get?
No, it was a much smaller check.
Okay, all right.
It was still a check.
She picked something right with her friends or something.
Yeah, so she's doing. So she's gonna be 15. We're not doing a traditional quinceañera for her. We're doing. She wanted like a club vibe party.
Oh, that's right. Yep.
Yeah. So what we did was there's a rec center around here that we just like basically rented out. And then we have a decorator coming in. So that's where we spent our money, is on the decorating of this place so we could trick it out to look like, give it that ambiance. Now we got a DJ and a whole nine. The interesting thing is there's no alcohol at the spot because it's like a town thing. So they don't want no alcohol, just liabilities and all that. So, that was the thing. My boys and I was like, yo, if you're trying to get liquored up, this ain't it. So pregame your ass off or just be all right without it.
Yeah, just to segue on that for a second, how do you guys feel? Because I think that's a touchy subject for people on like, should alcohol be at kids' parties? I've experienced some parties where, even the idea of someone drinking there is going to piss the parents off who are kind of hosting it. And then there's others where it's like, yo, let's have some drinks while the kids do their thing.
I'm happy when it's there, but I get it if it's not.
Yeah, same.
That's the way I look at it.
But any function that we've done, we've had it. We've had alcohol in it. At it, sorry. And we just like real vigilant. Like everybody knows, like, yo, if anybody goes into this cooler that doesn't look age appropriate, shut it down. And we kind of group police it.
But it's not even my experience is it's not even the kids potentially getting into it. It's more about like,
what is
no one know, like can all the parents hold their liquor? Cause sometimes you really don't know everyone who's coming through, or parents,
that's
and
you gotta limit it. It can't be like you can't have unlimited supply, and maybe you shouldn't have
shots around
alcohol bottles. And like I just went to one with my daughter with the family, and it was they had beer. I don't think they had anything else. They just had beer, and that was cool. But what for me personally, what's starting to happen to me is I don't feel comfortable drinking too much around the family. At least in public, maybe if we're at home with friends is different, but in public I just don't, especially if I got to drive. I'm not gonna do probably
jeopardize
more than 2 beers or something like that. But yeah, like even my friends, I'm worried if they come to a party that I do for the kids, I'm watching them like, yo, you cut off, like I don't need you acting like a fool, because
that's
there's
real
liquor here. So yeah, I get it.
It's true. And I think about this all the time too. It's like, what message am I sending to my kids? Well, even when I'm drinking, and I'm probably not, not even like on some drunk shit, just having it in my hand and them knowing like, oh, that's alcohol. Like I'll have a nightcap after a long day at home. But I'm also like, yo, this is what it is. Like,
who does nightcaps, bro?
Bro, sophisticated people. Get
who
on.
does that shit?
I'll put you on, son.
You from the 60s, bro?
Yeah.
I went to a barbecue.
Sorry, I fucked you up, man.
Thanks.
I went to a barbecue maybe last year. Some close friends, but there were some other people we didn't know. But and my son was there, and I mean he's seen us drink, but then he started getting scared and a little weirded out when he saw some of the other people like just beer after beer, like they were going in, because it's not like it was a beer party, but he started switching up his mood, and he was like pulling me to the side. He's like, why is so and so drinking so much? Like, are they gonna be okay? And Like he was really paying attention to it
But like, where did he learn that it might not be okay?
from us.
Ah, okay.
But he's also seen people like just
Drunk?
traveling and out and about. He's seen people who were drunk and like falling off the chair and being belligerent.
Really?
Oh yeah, yeah. So he
I was
knows
about to be
that.
like, I'm sorry, Kay.
So he knows that that it can have an effect on you.
We had an episode one time. We were at a function and somebody there like went overboard on the alcohol, and they were like one of them pulled one of my kids to the side and was just like having like this
Oh
super
God.
deep introspective conversation. And I'm watching from the other room, like, all right, how's my kid gonna react?
Right. The
And it wasn't
drunk
anything
combo.
bad. It was just like, it's like when a parent talks to their kid and the kid doesn't want to hear what the parent's saying.
Yeah.
Like one of those, but long and dragged out.
Oh.
And they were mad loud afterward. And I was like, yo, get your man, son. Like,
Oh, God.
what are you doing? So you got to play that shit kind of cool because, like, I didn't know the person that close. So I can't be like, yo, go over there. So I'm kind of like watching and like trying to manage the situation without exploding it. Because if they're in that state, it's easy to like set them off and have some crazy chaos ensue. And
So
that's all I
anyway,
have to say
sorry,
about that.
I derailed your whole conversation. Back to what you were saying.
No. So we're just prepping for the 15th, dealing with logistics and shit. So it's been a hectic week.
All right, here's something that, well, talking about parties. So like my son's school, typically in the past, they would do this really big Valentine's Day party, and it was always cool, that DJ, and it was just one of those kind of highlights that all the kids like. So they didn't have it last year, they didn't have it this year. And then one of the parents decided that they were going to do something in there, like a small version of it at their crib. They have a house and with the yard and everything. But it was, and they went all out. I mean, it was crazy nice. They had a DJ, like bubble machines. They had a dessert truck pull up, and all that. I mean, they hooked it up. They had drinks for the parents that wanted to hang around. So it was cool. It was definitely nice. The funny part about it was only for like a handful of people. So the I guess the kid selected their friends or people that they wanted there. And so the note from the parents was, hey, you're invited to this. If you want to go, please keep it quiet because we can't invite everyone, and we don't want this to turn into a thing for those that aren't invited. And of course, someone let it slip, and then like near the end of the day on Friday, everyone was trying to keep it low key. I mean, one of my son's buddies came up to him and was like, "You know anything about this?" And it was just weird that it starts getting out like that, and it turns into are you invited? Are you not invited?
But I understand that. I mean,
Yeah,
now it's kind of shicey outside of this current COVID situation. Like if that was the case, but that's probably the excuse too. It's like, I'm not trying to go crazy here. Let's COVID the invitations right quick. And
yeah, but I guess the bigger conversation was like, and to my son, it was just like, look, you're not gonna always get invited to everything, and you got to be okay with that. There's going to be friends of yours that are friends with other people that maybe you're not friends with, and you might not get invited to something just because they simply don't know you or whatever, and you got to be okay. It's not I guess for kids, it's not the easiest thing to learn because you feel left out of stuff, but ultimately, you gotta,
you gotta figure it out.
yeah.
So I keep telling EFN, but he doesn't want to learn.
I don't figure it out.
Speaking of Valentine's Day, did y'all get anything? Did your kids get any love notes or any kind of shit like that?
My son asked a girl to dance at the party, so that was big for him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did it work out? Did she say yes?
Yeah, they both mutually dig each other.
Ooh.
And us as the parents and her parents know it, and we're all cool about it because they're cool with each other. They're friends, but they like each other as well, and we're okay with it. No one feels threatened about it,
Right.
and they're cool with each other.
That you know of.
Right.
If it was a daughter on your side and a son on theirs, you think you'd still feel the same way?
I don't know. I think it would really depend on
Person.
the person, because that's my thing. Is also, it's like I would understand. It's always, my son is friends with a lot of girls. He just knows how to play with both the boys and girls on some friendship stuff and hang out and everything. So he's and usually the parents of the girls, they like him enough where they don't feel threatened. They see that he's generally a nice kid, and just and everyone likes hanging out. So we have that going for us, where it's not that kind of threatening thing. So I think it just depends on the kid. Can't be easy though.
I'm having a hard time, bro. I'm having a hard time. I definitely, I am in that, like, for my son, I'm cool with it. For my, well, I mean, she's 5. I think it's more the 5 than the fact that she's a girl. But like, she came home with a little Valentine's drawing that a
Oh,
kid
really?
gave her,
Okay.
and the drawing is the kid and her holding hands and a heart in the middle. And my daughter shows it. She brings it to me, and I look at it and I'm like, "What is this?" She's like, "Oh, my friend so and so, he gave this to me." And I'm like, "What does that mean?" She's like, "Oh, that he loves me."
Ah.
And then she did a long pause and she was like a friend. And I'm like, "You know what the fuck you
Yeah.
just did." She knows what she's doing. And yeah, I'm having a tough time, bro. Like, I get, like, it's all innocent. Like, there's nothing, the kids are nice. Like, it's not anything, crazy, but
Yeah, they're just trying to figure it out, and
struggling.
but yeah, I could see that. That's
How
what you
about
have to
you?
look forward to. E.
On my end, they just did they had the kids do a box, like a Valentine's box, and then all the kids had to bring something to give each other. So I think everybody gave everybody something. So she had like little cards that say, to my friend, but you could tell like the parents wrote it.
I'll be glad when that part of the school stuff is over. Is damn given
To everybody.
Man, we were up like because we forgot about it, and so we were like up late the night before, scrambling to try to like
Dude, my
put the
girl
shit
went
together, and I'm
all
like,
out. She made this box into some, like, she wanted to put lights in the whole shit. She said that the last time that we had to bring something that they said the kids had to make, when she showed up, she said you could clearly tell the parents made it or they bought something, pre-made already. And she's like, no, that's not gonna happen this time. So she goes all out to make this box like crazy, like it's like insane what she did. And she was gonna put lights. I said, yeah, that's too much, man. But what I did want to mention in terms of Valentine's is that I told my girl, I think we're making a mistake here. We gave our kids mad Valentine's gifts.
Yeah.
Basically gifts. Like
I thought you were
basically
gonna say candy, but
no,
gifts.
no,
Okay.
not candy. No, gifts. And we basically did like a
Christmas
mini,
part 2.
like a mini Easter Christmas
Right,
thing where it's like
right.
a basket full of stuff and then stuff that didn't fit in the basket.
So
Y'all fucked.
so now you set
That's
the
what it is.
precedent.
Terrible, bro. Terrible. And of
There's no
course,
coming back from that shit. Y'all are stuck.
No, actually, I think in a couple years that they'll still dig Valentine, but it won't be like, oh, you didn't give me this huge basket of stuff. They're not.
I think it'll just merge into like we'll be able to get away from Valentine's doing that because it'll merge into Easter, memory wise. And then
You
Easter
hope.
hopefully goes away because I'm like, fuck, we're about to do this now for Easter. Like,
But
the
you know what?
Easter
They're
Bunny's
yeah.
gonna have to give more shit.
I mean, they're probably not going to even remember any of this. That's the thing that trips me out sometimes, is because I think each year, I like when I'm around my son, I just feel like, he's so aware and in the moment, and he's just going to remember. It just seems like a little adult, like, oh, he's going to remember all this stuff, and then just things from maybe 2 or 3 years ago, just
Gone.
out. Yeah, I'm thinking, damn, okay, so when does, when do the longer term memories of all this childhood stuff start sticking?
So, lesson for the audience: simplify.
Oh, I got a great hack then that you just made me think of.
Share
Take
it.
all the existing toys that they forgot about, repackage them.
You could,
You know
or
what? Try that and let us know how it goes.
Clean
I'd be
them
down.
up, put them in a basket, have the basket be something brand new. Maybe fucking shrink wrap them, and boom, there
or
you
if you
go.
or if you're trying to declutter, you could slowly take some of them and then go donate them. They'll never know they're gone.
Well, no, yeah, that's the the no brainer. But I'm
Oh, but
talking
you're
about
doing
like,
the gift hack.
yeah, the gift hack. Like I'm gonna try that one of these days.
You should do it
So,
on
yeah,
Easter. Do it on Easter.
yeah, try it now. Try it out in the next holiday for sure.
My daughter's pretty slick though.
I can imagine her reaction.
I could see her like going, Dad.
Okay, what's the sports situation for your son now? I know you mentioned skating earlier, skateboarding. Is he still into basketball?
Yeah, it's just been basketball. The Wise has been pushing back the season. Supposedly it's supposed to start in mid-March. So he's been playing a couple days a week with the team, the quote unquote team outside of the Y. Like the coach has these practices and things. So he's still been doing that. So that'll start up, and then he's been on the swim team doing swimming.
Oh, he's swimming also? I didn't know he was he always?
That's the best to do.
Past
So-
for the past year, there's a swim center nearby, and so you can sign up through the city to do like swim lessons and stuff like that. So we started doing that just so he could just learn the techniques, get his form right. So he got into that, and then
And
they
he
have,
surfs, right? So
yeah, and then
to
he's
get the
got
swim is
the then
important.
he's got the then they have what's called a swim team. It's not like a
competitive.
it's mostly practice, but they do have meets like every quarter. But yeah, he's been doing that like 4 days a week also, and
Wow.
it's been crazy to see like just number one how tiring it is to do that for an hour straight.
Hmm.
I mean, I started feeling guilty, and I bought myself a package of like, yo, let me just get in there and start getting some exercise, and after a half an hour of just back and forth, like I'm beat. I'm like,
Yeah.
yo, these guys are doing it. And out, but I've seen just like the big noticeable difference in the way it's transforming his body too.
Yeah. It's the
The
best, man.
the strength, like the way he looks, the strength. I'm like, yeah, he's kind of looking,
Swole.
yeah. The way his shoulders and everything. So it's really good exercise for him.
That's dope.
Yeah.
I mean, and I don't think your daughter yet is showing any signs of liking any
She's
sports, is she?
well, she's been on and off with gymnastics,
Oh, okay.
but she just she doesn't stay focused, and that's the problem that she's having.
I mean,
Um,
that's normal though.
right.
She's still a
We
kid.
we took her to this one gym, the recent one that she's been going to, and you have like the parents have to watch from some monitors. And one of the moms that was there, it was like I was the only dad, and there was all these moms, and the mom was like, "Oh, your daughter, they're singling her out," and I'm like, "Oh, what did she do?" And they were like, "No, no, no, that means she did something good. They might ask you to bring her in to evaluate her more for their team, to like
Oh,
start prepping her for their
That's
team."
cool.
And then supposedly they had pulled her to the side and had her on like the hanging bar doing stuff because she does it at home. We have a little monkey bar set. So yeah, so I mean she's good, she's just not focused. She wants to play and she doesn't listen sometimes. Like they put her on timeout in gymnastics.
Oh shit.
damn. For
Yeah.
me, it's been a lot of fun. I told you guys my daughter made her varsity basketball
Yeah.
in high
Yep.
school as a freshman, and so what happened was she was playing varsity and JV, so they would call her up every now and again to play varsity. So in the last 2.5 weeks or so, she's mustered up the courage to play hard on offense. Traditionally, she's a defensive player. Like when I started playing basketball with her, I was like, yo, everybody wants to shoot and score. Let's focus on our defense because that's where you'll be able to shine and stay on the floor longer because nobody wants to play defense. So that's worked out. She grabs like 15 rebounds a game and like really stops the other team from scoring a lot of times. So now she's developing her offensive skills and she's mentally now at a place where she's confident enough to take the ball to the basket. So the last 2 weeks, she's been doing it nonstop. And everybody in the gym is like, yo, because my daughter, she's tall, she's strong. And everybody has always been like, yo, why doesn't she dominate on offense? Because she can, like physically and her agility and all that. She has it. So it's been the dopest couple of weeks because it's clicked for her mentally. And so her confidence, did I say this already? I feel like I'm repeating myself. Her confidence just has skyrocketed.
You said something about her confidence not too long ago.
Okay, yeah. So it just keeps adding to her confidence.
Dope.
And now I have her like shooting for goals because I wanted to continue. So I'm like, yo,
that's what you mentioned, the goals.
Okay. So we keep growing the goals. So like, all right, you scored 5 points last game. What's your goal for this game? And she tries to play the game like 4. And I'm like, no, we're not going backwards. Like you got to go high so you can try to achieve high, not just, if I beat it, great. If not, then I kind of set the bar low. And so we're struggling with that right now. But otherwise, I see the growth over such a short period of time is crazy.
What about your son? Has he expressed interest in anything?
He started CYO basketball a couple weeks ago, and he's doing well too.
Nice.
Like he's committed and practicing and really geeked out about it. It's still early. He's 3rd grade, but he's enjoying it. And then my 5-year-old she's just fucking holding hands with kids on fucking pieces of paper, bro. Like I don't know what's going on.
On that note,
throw my kids into martial arts and have them be ninjas.
Oh yeah,
there you go. That's still a dream, bro. You should do that.
You should
get them the whole kit too, like the mask and the whole the slippers, everything.
Hey, bro, we're not culture appropriating. What is that?
Cultural appropriation.
I'm just talking about gear, bro. I don't know what it all means.
But you gotta jump, right?
Yeah, I gotta get going, guys.
All right.
Sorry about that.
Bros.
Keep it.
All right, fellas.
All right.
Keep it fatherhood.
Yeah. Oh yeah, fatherly's the op.
Later.